Hey guys, welcome to Silicon Valley Girl. Today we're going to talk about passive income streams that generate me around $9,000 every week. So if you're interested in learning how you can do the same and how hard it is to do the same, please continue watching this video up to the very end. I will be ranking these income streams from the ones that make me the least right now to the ones that make me the most. And I will also rate them according to how much capital they require, how much actual work they require from you, and how risky they are. By the way, I considered a lot of my passive income streams passive until I went on a 6-week vacation last year. As a mom of two, I love to switch off from social media completely. I like to switch off from work completely, to travel the world with my kids, to have them meet our family, and we're international. And when I stopped working for 6 weeks, some of my passive income just decreased completely. So I realized they're not really passive. And when I came back home, I decided to start reworking my passive income strategy, and I'm happy to share my first results in this video. Now, funny enough, I am going to start with a passive income stream that is negative right now, just because we started it a month and a half ago. A month and a half ago, we listed our Hawaii condo on Airbnb, and because there were a lot of upfront costs, like buying new mattresses, buying new furniture, in terms of cash flow, we are negative right now. But it's fully booked for the next month, and we're hoping that in June, it's actually going to be profitable. And my bet there is to surprise Americans with our Slavic hospitality by providing extra nice teas, by providing a fancy coffee machine, by having the best mattresses, by having everything for the beach, including snorkeling equipment, chairs, like everything. We tried to think of everything, and I'm happy to share that so far we got 5 reviews, and they're all 5 stars, and Airbnb gave us the guest favorite badge, and they also gave us the badge that our place is almost always fully booked. So I'm happy this work is paying off, but I'm also looking forward to seeing financial results. So in 3 years, it's set to generate $3,700 of profit a month and $47,000 of profit in 5 years. And this is excluding equity appreciation. Our model assumes that the value of this condo is going to grow by 4% a year. And hopefully it's gonna be like that. And that means that in year 5, we will have an annual of $58,000 of equity appreciation divided by 12. That's around $4,000 a month in equity. Of course, we're not going to get it in cash that year. We're going to get it when we actually sell the condo, but I intend to hold it for the next 10 or maybe more years. And if in year 2 we realize that this is working, this is great for us, we're gonna buy another property. But of course, I will keep you posted, so please subscribe to this channel if you're interested in learning more about my passive income streams. And I'm also looking forward to reading the comment section, guys. What do you think? Have you tried something? I think having this collective knowledge in the comments down below would be super helpful. The next income stream, it actually doesn't generate a lot. It's like $135 a month, but I think it's worth knowing about. It's actually called I-bonds. These are treasuries by the US government that right now pay 5.27%. That's more than any savings account. Yes, they have a lot of limitations. They're limited at $10,000 a year per person, and you can't sell them right away. So I got them for myself and 2 of my daughters. In terms of capital dependence, I would give it a 5 because yes, you need capital. You don't need to put any work, you just buy them. It's 1. And riskiness, well, as long as you believe in the US government, it's not really risky, so it's 1 out of 5. The next income stream is called the affiliate income. It brings me around $400 a month. I am not the best affiliate income person, and I know a lot of people who do it much better. And so far, I've tried so many affiliate programs because I come from the world of consumers. I was like, let me create an affiliate for, makeup or clothes. So for me, those categories don't really make a lot. So only now I've started transitioning to categories like personal finance and credit cards. And so far, credit cards and books on Amazon made me the most, but it's still only $400 a month. Of course, I'm looking to up this income, and I know there's a lot of opportunity, but for me, I haven't paid too much attention to it. But in terms of capital dependence, it's 1. You don't really need capital, but you need to put work into promoting those affiliate programs. I will give it 3 out of 5. So in order for me to promote them, I basically put links below some of my videos. But I like that this is more passive because even if I stop making videos on YouTube, those affiliate links will still generate revenue. And I know this because one link that is below my GMAT video that I made in 2016 is still bringing like around $100 of revenue every month. So this is truly passive, requires some work, but in terms of riskiness, I'll give it 1 out of 5. Now, let's get into something that is super passive. I like it a lot. It's called a high yield savings account. So what I like about those high yield savings account, and I actually learned about them several years after I moved to the US, because my first savings account was with a huge bank that I use for my businesses. And I came to my manager and I wanted to start a savings account because this is what my mom taught me. If you have free cash, it just doesn't sit in your account. It goes into high yield savings account, which we had plenty of in Russia. So we came to the US 2015. I think in 2019, I started kind of making money and I came to my bank manager and said, I want a savings account to start saving for something. And he's like, yeah, perfect. Your rate is 0.01%. I was like, 0.01? Like, how does that work? And I still opened that savings account because he was like, oh, this is going to give you some discipline. I was like, okay, so I started that, and then I started researching the whole personal finance topic in the US, and I realized there are actually high yield savings accounts in other banks, and they're FDIC insured, and they're super easy to operate. For example, SoFi, you just open your bank account online. Right now, their rates are 4.6%, but even if you have a checking account with them, you will still earn 0.5%, which is still something compared to major banks. And if you use my link below, you will get $25 after opening the account, and depending on how much you deposit, you're gonna get an additional bonus from $50 to $300. So use the link down below to start a high yield savings account. This has been a game changer for my personal finance because I know I have cash that I can use. I don't have to sell stocks, etc. But this is also money that's working for me, earning 4.6% this year. And a high yield savings account generates $2,000 for me on average. In terms of capital dependence, of course, it's a 5 out of 5 because you need that capital to deposit into your bank account, but you're gonna get some cash for free if you use my link. Now, in terms of work, it's 1 out of 5. No work required. In terms of risk, it's also 1 out of 5 because the bank is FDIC insured, meaning everything up to $250,000 is insured on your account. Now things become more and more interesting as we start approaching my other passive income streams. We just have to talk about crypto this year, 2024. If I made this video last year, I would just complain about crypto and show negative results. But as you know, crypto has grown by a lot in the past year. I've had around $30,000 in crypto for the past several years, and without having invested anything more, it's now $70,000, which means that in the past 12 months, I made $40,000 on crypto. Full disclosure, I haven't sold it. I'll just keep on keeping it because I feel like this satisfies my FOMO when I hear people, oh, Bitcoin is going to be worth $100,000. Oh, this is the future. You don't understand. Yes, I kind of feel FOMO when I hear those phrases. So I decided to put into crypto something that I'm okay with risking. Now, there are several approaches to buy crypto. I prefer to only buy Bitcoin and Ethereum because, again, I played with different coins, and you really need to be an active crypto investor to make sure you're not missing any news. And I tend to miss all the news because, again, I'm a mom of 2. I have active businesses. I just can't track those coins. So I buy Bitcoin and Ethereum, and I prefer hard wallets to keep them. But as you know, recently Bitcoin ETFs have been approved, and you can use apps like Webull or Robinhood, and I will leave all of the links below. I really like Webull. I use it for my investments. I really like Robinhood. I use it for my investments too. So you can look for several ETFs like IBIT or BITB in your apps. And this is basically an ETF that tracks Bitcoin. What that means, you don't have to worry that an app that you used for buying crypto will go bankrupt, like FTX, like what was that, BlockFi, like Gemini. Oh my God, there's so many platforms that went bankrupt, so a lot of people just lost trust. But those ETFs were created by huge companies like BlackRock, like Fidelity, like ARK. So by buying those ETFs, you still get the upside of the crypto market, but you don't have to worry about a new startup that allowed you to buy crypto going bankrupt. Will I buy more crypto this year? I don't think so, because we put a lot into down payment of our Hawaii condo. If I had free cash, I would just continue my strategy of constantly buying every month, maybe like spending 1% of my profits to invest in crypto. Crypto is capital dependent. I give it 5 out of 5. Is it risky? Yes, I give it 5 out of 5. Does it require a lot of work? No, I give it 1 out of 5. You can just use whatever investment app you trust. Okay, the next one is kind of my favorite just because of the guilty pleasures it gives me. And this is earning bonuses on my credit card spendings. And again, some quick background. First of all, I researched all the cards in the market. And if you want to see my favorite cards, the link will be down below. But basically, Amex Gold is my go-to for miles, and another major card from a bank that I use for my businesses. Those are my two best performing credit cards. The only thing is their annual fees that I pay are quite high, but the amount of bonuses that I get equal to around $30,000 a year. I have the whole video talking about that, but basically to break it down for you here, we fly a lot. I have a family of 4, and sometimes we fly with a nanny too. My parents live in Thailand. I live in California. A lot of my family lives in Russia. We travel to Dubai a lot. And this is a long flight, especially for kids. So I do my best to have the whole family fly business by collecting miles. And depending on which category the purchase is in, I use different credit cards. For example, Amex Gold gives you 4x points on 2 categories of your choice. So I have 2 categories like ad spend and equipment for my work that go into that card. I use another card for my other spendings. And this means I'm accumulating hundreds of thousands of miles every single year. And on average, one business class flight, for example, I just bought my ticket to Europe. I'm going to Cyprus and Cannes. So one ticket costs 155,000 miles plus $5 in fees. That's like my favorite to show on my Instagram. Like, hey, I just got my ticket to Europe for $5. I'm flying business class again. This is the trick that a lot of business owners and people in general underestimate. They tell me, oh yeah, Marina, but you have to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars to get those bonuses. No. If you sign up for Amex today, I think you're getting 80,000 points for free. Some cards will give you even more. Again, I will leave a link below. Explore the offers. But the thing is, even by signing up, you get that bonus. And yes, you pay the annual fee, but then you get so many perks in return. Like they're gonna refund you $100 if you use your card to pay for travel, and basically an Uber ride qualifies. They will give you $100 back if you apply for TSA Pre. There are so many perks. What you need to do is actually sit down and research them. But you know, the first time I flew business class was in 2018, and I did a counter upgrade. So we came to the counter. I was like, could you please upgrade us? And she was like, yeah, $1,000, and you can sit in business. That was Lufthansa from San Francisco to Frankfurt. And when I first flew business class, I realized I'm not gonna go into economy for any transatlantic flights. I want to stay in business. But sometimes it's $6,000, $7,000. It's, you know, yeah, it's comfort, but it's too expensive. So I try to accumulate miles, and I do that in a smart way. So for collecting miles and credit card bonuses, I will give it 3 out of 5 in terms of capital dependence. Yes, you need capital to spend on your credit card, but you can also be smart about those upfront bonuses that banks give you when you get the credit card for the first time and when you refer people. So there are many ways to get additional miles. In terms of work, I would actually give it 2 out of 5 because you still need to do your research. You need to be mindful of the categories that you're spending money on. And in terms of riskiness, it's 1 out of 5. It's not way too risky. Just don't forget to cover your credit card bill. So try to do the same with your existing business, and you will thank me later. Now, Google AdSense. I know a lot of YouTubers, including me, used to call it a passive income, and it's still kind of passive, but it's only a fraction if you stop making videos on YouTube, which I learned last year when I stopped making videos on YouTube. So when you start a YouTube channel, YouTube pays you for views. You get 55% of the ad revenue that YouTube gets from advertisers. And the trick here is to be in the niche where you get high RPMs, meaning that you get more money for 1,000 views. And these niches include personal finance, real estate, business, investment, and some types of education, mostly executive education. If you are in language learning, lifestyle, your RPMs are going to be really low, maybe like $4, $5 compared to like $20 that you can get from more money-related channels. And something you need to remember is that you want to make sure you create as many evergreen videos as possible. So my evergreen videos include content about the TOEFL test, GMAT, language learning content, not my vlogs. My vlogs, people watch them for the first 2 weeks, and then if I stop posting them, I stop making money with them. Vlogs are like one-offs. A lot of situational videos like news, etc., they are one-offs. So if your goal with your YouTube channel is to build a truly passive income source, you need to look at evergreen videos on other channels. Look at their VPH. VPH is the metric, views per hour. How many views are actually getting now? Yes, you could look at a video which has 6 million views, but then right now it's getting 1 view per hour, which is nothing, because that means it doesn't generate any passive income. So it's really important to have the right strategy if you want to generate passive income from YouTube. So I estimate that if I stop completely on YouTube, I will still make around $3,000 for the first couple years. And then it's gonna go down to 1,000, and then it's gonna go down to 0. So I will be very careful about this. If you want a personal consultation about how to start a YouTube channel and how to make more money from it, I will leave a link below to my consultation. But the thing is, be careful with it. A lot of YouTubers say, oh my God, it's passive, I still enjoy making videos, but it's not passive. If you have kids and you have to stop, your AdSense revenue goes down like crazy, especially, again, if you make vlogs. So for this type of content, it's not capital dependent. You can start with basically, $100 to make a video. So it's 1 out of 5. Work, I would say it's 3 out of 5 because you need to put some upfront work into it. But if you stop, then it still generates some money for you. And riskiness, 2 out of 5. Now, the next category is called digital products. This is my favorite. I use QTap to sell digital products on my Instagram, and it's been amazing to see how it generates revenue for me. I have digital products for English language learners that we've created with other teachers. So of course there's upfront cost, there is expertise cost, there are designer costs, but people love them and they don't cost too much. And if you figure out the sales channel, like being an influencer, launching targeted ads, which we do a lot, most of our sales actually come from targeting. I have someone who runs my targeted ads. And in terms of work, yes, it requires for me to shoot around 5 creative ads every month, but the rest is completely passive. And I have more products on social media. And if you're an expert in something, I highly recommend that you do the same, because that means you can go on vacation for several weeks. Your targeted ads will be running. People will be still clicking on your link in bio and they will still be buying your product. So digital products make around $10,000 for me every month, which I'm happy to say is completely passive. Some people would name courses as passive income, but the thing is, the trend in courses right now is to be present, like do live coaching sessions, Zoom calls. So courses are not even in this video for me anymore, but digital products are, and those are PDF with maybe some pre-recorded videos, but I wouldn't call it a course per se. And the last but not least, again, we're in a happy year, 2024. And there's probably a reason I haven't done this video in 2023, because things weren't as good. And this is something you need to understand. So stock market has been returning on average 10% annually. And last year and the past 12 months, it's been booming. So my investments generate on average over $20,000 every month on stock market. Again, I don't sell them. I don't do anything with them because this is my plan to retire. I keep accumulating. I keep adding investments. I'm not selling. So hopefully in, 10 years, I will retire and start using that money. But for now, I'm just making that pile bigger and bigger and bigger. I actually have a financial advisor who helps me invest, but most of our money is in the US market. We have S&P 500. We have growing companies. We have some international stocks. We have a very small percentage of bonds. I don't know how interesting this is for you guys if you want me to dig deeper into what we're buying. But again, the apps that I would highly recommend are Webull. This is the one app you can use for both your crypto and buying stocks and ETFs. Another one, if you're more international, I like the app called Interactive Brokers, which is also a really easy to navigate app. If you're just a beginner and you want something that is nicer looking, I can recommend Robinhood for buying stocks. But all in all, your strategy here should be, try to invest at least 20% of your income every month. If that's not possible, whatever you can, you invest it. Because when the market starts performing, oh my God, I'm again so happy this year. I was so unhappy last year. But the trick is you invest and you forget about it. Yes, you kind of check it, but it shouldn't affect your mood or whatever. It should affect your long-term plans, like, okay, I have that much invested. And by the way, these returns, they represent my cash, but also my 401k plans, etc. You Utilize all of the tax advantage accounts that you know, like the Roth IRAs of the world, the 401ks, because they will help you save on taxes later. Oh, and of course, this is very capital dependent. The more you invest, the better it is in terms of passive income. So I give it 5 out of 5. In terms of work, it's 2 out of 5 because you need to figure out your portfolio strategy and then you just stick to it. And in terms of riskiness, I would say 2 out of 5. Long term has been pretty much performing as expected, except for some black swans that keep happening a lot, unfortunately. But in the long run, it seems okay for me, and I'm a very nervous person. So that makes a total of $37,000 of passive income every month. My strategy with this passive income is actually reinvested back into business. Some of it, of course, goes to my lifestyle because living in the Bay Area and flying around the world is not too cheap. But the goal is to keep increasing this number. My ideal number is, of course, $100,000 a month. Let's see where this journey takes me. I still have my investment plans. I'm still working hard to build my and my family's financial future. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video and listening to my wisdom. Thank you so much for being with me. Subscribe to Silicon Valley Girl, and I'll see you very soon on this channel.